Today, of course, we celebrate Ash Wednesday, which marks the beginning of Lent and the beginning of the penitential practices of prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. And I suppose the thing I want to impress upon you right off the bat when it comes to these penitential practices is that we're called to practice these things with a sense of purpose and with a sense of intention, which is often overlooked. Because perhaps I must suggest that a lot of times what we do is that we begin the season of Lent kind of doing these things in sort of a superficial sort of way. And so, for example, saying a couple of Hail Marys in terms of prayer, denying ourselves chocolate in terms of fasting, and giving a few extra bucks to the church in terms of almsgiving. But as you probably know, when you engage in these penitential practices, again, in this really superficial sort of way, it often leaves you with a less than transformed heart. And that's the thing to keep in mind. The whole point of Lent is to leave yourself at the end of these 40 days with a transformed heart. So insofar as you look more like Christ at the end of the 40 days, it was a good Lent. Insofar as you do not at the end of the 40 days, not so good. So when you're planning your penitential practices, when you're planning how to pray, how to fast, how to give alms, have that in the back of your mind. Have intention and have a sense of purpose. How can I engage in these penitential practices such that, again, at the end of the 40 days, I look more like Jesus Christ, the Lord, who himself is love itself?